Hey guys, it's Ghost57 coming at you from the power of YouTube through the internet itself. Okay guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a TrueNAS SCALE Minecraft server. Stay tuned guys and I'll show you how easy it is. And there is a server we're going to be using today. So we're still on the PowerEdge R720XD. This thing has been really good so far. I haven't turned it off since the first video we made about 2 weeks ago. This thing is excellent for the job. Again, these things are actually not very expensive. We got this one right here off of eBay for 200 bucks, and it came with a whopping 128 gigabytes of RAM and also 5 gigabytes of storage, which is pretty nice. And you can see all those expandable bays right there. So that's what we're going to be using today to make our Minecraft server. Keep in mind we're going to be using TrueNAS SCALE, and if you don't know how to set that up, go ahead and look in the description down below. I'll go ahead and leave a link on how to set it up on a PowerEdge server. It can be a little tricky since it's like enterprise equipment, and sometimes enterprise equipment can be a little bit hard to actually install something besides like a Windows or a Linux-based system. Well, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Very fun stuff we're going to do today, guys, making a Minecraft server. This one is going to be a three-part series. First, I'm going to show you how to make the server, and then I'm going to show you how to pretty much mod it, and then on the last one, I'm going to show you how to actually make it a public server so your friends can use it, or you can actually make some money off of it. So let's jump right into it, guys, without further ado. Okay guys, so before we jump into it, I'm going to show you how it actually looks. So when you play Minecraft, you might notice that over here you have your worlds, your realms, and servers. And right here, these are the public servers that are featured. So these people get quite a bit of money off these things when you buy the microtransactions. And here are the ones that I made. So this is my local one, you can see by the server port. And this is actually one that is public that I'll be showing you later on when we end the video on how to do that. But I'm going to show you how cool this is, guys. I only have a couple of different mods on here, but oh my goodness, does it make a difference with the graphics. So I already have the RTX ray tracing mod on here. You can see just how nice this looks, guys. I mean, it looks as real as you can get, I feel like, for Minecraft. And this is playing off the server right now. When you do log into the server, it does have you install the mod pack to the computer you're on, or the Xbox, or even tablet. One of my friends was helping me test it out, and he's using an iPad. One of the, I think it's the M1 chip, and it does very well. He plays it on low settings just because how much is actually rendered on the higher graphical settings. But as you can see here, guys, I'm going to show you how to do this on your own. There's not very many mods on here. I try to keep it as close to the real original game besides the graphics. I mean, these graphics are beautiful. Look at this guy right here. This is a lot nicer, and you can see I do have some mod packs with like the bread and stuff like that, and the apples. It just makes it a little bit easier on the eyes, especially since it's 2025 and no longer the early 2000s when this game first came out. I feel like they should actually make this a legitimate game with this mod on here. It's about time they done this. But anyways, guys, let's jump into it. I'm going to show you how to make your own beautiful looking Minecraft server with mods that you and your friends can play on any device. So the Minecraft we're using, that we're going to be actually modding and setting up, is Minecraft Bedrock. This is easier for all the different platforms to use, and that's why we're going to do that. So let's jump right into it. We'll jump into the server now. Okay, so the first thing we want to go ahead and start doing is just logging into our server. If you don't have a TrueNAS SCALE server set up, I do have videos on how to set that up. Again, they'll be linked down below in the descriptions. I have a couple different videos. If you're having issues installing it on the R720 platform from Dell, the main issue really is that RAID card. You actually have to flash it to IT mode to actually get anything working with that. If not, it's not going to let TrueNAS actually look at the drives, so it shows 0 drives, and that's also going to be linked down below. That took me a while to troubleshoot, but once you get it going, it's actually pretty pretty fast. You can see my 125 gigs of RAM right here. It's a beautiful machine. We have two E5 2670 Xeon Intel CPUs, which is perfect. And I'm running quite a bit of applications right here, and I never really see it go over 11%. Right now it's at 0%. It's kind of just idling, which is awesome. So now that I kind of give you a run through of this, the first thing we want to get into is right over here, the applications. You're going to need a couple things, but first off, we're just going to get really started with downloading the Minecraft Bedrock app. And then once we get into the other videos, I'm going to show you that you're going to need this little app right here, File Browser. If you're good with like shell commands and stuff like that, you really don't need it, but this is going to be the easy tutorial on how to do it without really having to learn coding. That's the whole idea behind my channel, is to make servers easy for everyone to access and have fun with. And the cool thing about this is once we actually make a public server, I'm going to show you some tricks and some tips on actually how to make it easy so you don't have to do any like port forwarding and putting your actual IP out there, because then it can actually get DDoSed and attacked and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you some cool tricks on that. But again, we're going to be making 3 videos on this series. They're going to be kind of short, just so you can follow along. But the first one is very easy. It's just setting up your Bedrock server. So we have this one running right here. We'll go ahead and keep it running. We're going to go ahead and make a whole new one. So we're going to go to Discover Apps. Then pretty much just like the App Store for TrueNAS SCALE. I had issues with Minecraft OS and Crafty. These were just not working out. I'm not too sure if it's the TrueNAS SCALE version I'm working on. But this one right over here is the one we want. It's a Minecraft server Bedrock. And we're going to go ahead and install another instance. You won't see this if you're starting off. So we're going to go ahead and install. The first step I like to do is to go down here and actually see what type of pathways we're going to have to make on our data set. So we're going to scroll all the way down right here. And there's actually only one that we need to make. So it's going to be Minecraft Bedrock Data Storage. This is going to be the storage configuration. So now that we know what it's called, we're going to go ahead and make a data set for this. Already kind of played around with it. As you see in the when we first got started, we have ray tracing enabled and a couple different nice adds to the graphics to make it a little bit more pleasant on the eyes. So that'll be in the 3rd video on how to mod it. But we're going to go ahead and go here to datasets. And the first thing we want to do is make a dataset for Minecraft Bedrock. You can start right here on your main directory. What I like to do is I keep all my apps under this folder that I already made called app data, and you can see all my different things here. A lot of my testing servers are right here, and then Nextcloud, that was a joke, did not want to work, but we actually use image. Again, all these are actually going to be linked down below in the description if you want to learn how to make your little image server. But anyway, so we're going to just make sure this is highlighted right here. We're going to add a data set, and we're going to go ahead and call this Minecraft Bedrock as a main data set. And there can't be any spaces if you see there, so you can capitalize if you want. I mean, you can name it whatever you want to, just to keep your server organized. And we're just going to call that 2 because I already have one up and running, and this one is still a test one, but we'll just leave it like that. And you got to make sure you actually set it to app. If you don't, and it's not going to work out, it's going to give you some complications down the road. So just make sure it's set to dataset present, set to app. And you can say return to pull list. Now that we have the Bedrock 2 dataset set up, we're going to make sure we're highlighting over it like that. We're going to add another data set to this one so it makes like a little tree. And the only one we really needed was data storage. And we're going to also set it to apps and hit save. And return to pull. So now we have our data set set up right here, nice and pretty easy. Some of the other ones like Crafty, there's a lot more I guess you can say data sets that you have to put in the main directory. So now that we have that set up, we're going to go back to applications. Okay guys, so now that we got our data set actually set up, we can actually go into installing the app for real this time. So we're going to go ahead and head over to Discover Apps. We're going to go ahead and look for Minecraft Bedrock again. This is the one that I found to be actually most useful and easy to set up compared to Crafty and MineOS. These were having some complications, not able to run. I don't know what's going on with them. And again, for beginners setting up their server, this is easier to manage. And that's the whole thing, is trying to help y'all guys get into servers without having a big headache. So we're going to go to install another instance since I already have one installed. And all I'm going to do here is add a 2. So this is going to be Minecraft Bedrock 2 since it's our second server we're building over here. And the most important thing you want to go ahead and check off is EULA. Pretty much this is the end user license agreement. If you don't check that off, the server will not run. So it's just pretty much your green to Minecraft's rules and regulations and stuff like that. We can go ahead and change this to 2 as well. This is going to be pretty much the name of the server on your, pretty much setting it up on like a file directory on your app. This is also kind of interesting right here. So Bedrock level. This is going to be where we're going to get into the modding portion of it in the second video. So you can change this name. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it default. You can change it if you want to. And level type, we'll keep as default. Seed, you can go ahead and keep that as blank. Game mode, this is really up to y'all guys. So I'm an OG Minecraft miner, and primarily my most memorable gameplay was actually through survival, fighting out zombies and stuff like that during nighttime. I love survival, so I'm going to keep mine survival, but you can switch it to adventure or creative. So it's up to you, but I'm going to keep mine as survival. And my friend group and I were 20 to 30 years old, so I like to keep mine on easy. Normally after a hard day of work, I'll get on here and mine some caves, and I don't want to die instantly, so I'm going to just keep that as easy for now. And since we are going to build up some mods later on in the second video, make sure, guys, you have this checked off, allow cheats. If you don't have that checked off, it's not actually going to let you pretty much use those mods, so just make sure that's checked off. Keep in mind, once you check that off, the achievements will not be unlocked, so you can't unlock any achievements in Minecraft on the server. But, you know, that's the whole part about the server, is to build your own world, make it unique, add stuff like ray tracing like I showed you in the beginning of the videos. So it's up to you. If you want this enabled or disabled, well, you won't be able to mod it at all. So just keep that in mind. But we're going to be modding the server to make it a little bit more fun to play with. All these you want to go ahead and have unchecked besides online mode. And then maximum players, depending on how much RAM and how much CPU power you have and storage, it's really up to you. I'm going to go ahead and set this at, we'll set it at 100, because later on in the fourth video in this series, I'm going to actually open up this to my subscribers. Y'all can get on here and kind of mod the world and have fun with it if y'all want to. So I'm going to keep it at 100. Again, that will be the fourth video that all the little ghosties can get on and kind of have fun mining the ghost world. That'll be cool. So I'm going to keep that right there at 100. You can keep it at 10, depending on how many friends you're going to have on there. It's really up to you. I want to see how far we can push this 7-year-old server, especially a $200 server. If we can have 100 players on here having a good time without it crashing, that would be awesome. Okay, so everything's there. You can keep default player permission set to member. Really, if you're going to set this up to be a public server, you can kind of switch this a little bit. You can actually customize this a little bit more, just so people don't like destroy your server. But this will be down the road in the video for when we make it public. This will stay the same user ID, 568, that's fine. And then here's a port number. So I already have one server set up. So primarily you want this to be different. If not, there's going to be a conflict and you won't be able to run the server. So I'm going to put this at 19200. It's just a random number. pretty much I think you can go up to like 6,000 or 60,000 on the port number. Primarily it's just like a traffic lane, so 2 ports can't be the same primarily. So I just moved that to 200. My other port was 192.140, but anyways, I put that at 192.200. It's up to you. If this is your first one, you can keep it as default 192.132. And then host IP, we're not going to mess with this either, since we're not hosting it just yet, so we're going to keep that unchecked. And we're actually going to use a third-party hosting tool that's only $3 a month to actually host it and make it public. I'll show you that in the third video, so we won't really get into that today because that does take a little bit of configuration. And here is the storage we created with our data set. So we're going to go to host path existing. We're going to go down here, and we're just going to go ahead and find the one we made. So there is Minecraft Bedrock 2, and we're going to save it there. And depending on how many CPU cores you have, you can allocate all of them if all you're making is a Minecraft server. If it's just going to be, let's say, a part-time server for you and your friends, it's really up to you. I have a lot of cores to spare, so I'm going to just put 4 here. In memory, I'm going to put it at 16,000, which is 16 gigabytes. More or less, I think it's like 16,256 or something like that, but I'm just going to keep it there to make it simple. I'm going to go ahead and install. Okay, so it looks like Minecraft Bedrock 2 is deploying. That's a good sign. I had a lot of issues with MineOS. I just don't know what's going on with it. It might just be the version of the TrueNAS SCALE I'm using. So it's deploying and it's running. So just like that, guys, you are pretty much up and ready to actually jump into Minecraft. A couple things that you're going to need to know is going to be the IP address for your Minecraft server and that port number we just made. So the port number normally from default is 192.132, but mine was 192.200 because I have a couple different things running off of different ports here. And right here, this file browser, this will be something you might want to download because we're going to be using this in the third video on how to mod stuff. And if you're good with the shell commands, you don't need it, but again, we're making this easy so everyone can actually get in here and build a custom server. Okay, so it looks like it's running, it's up and running. So one thing to remember, guys, is the IP address for your apps, especially for Minecraft, is always going to be one higher number than your server up here. So this is 192.168.1.25. The server address is going to be 192.168.126. And then what you want to remember is the port number after you kind of know that part. So we have over here our port number of 19,200. So now primarily we are ready to rock and roll. Everything's up and running. Everything's checked off, ready to go. So now it's deploying again. I just updated it. So we're going to jump into Minecraft now. And the way you actually add a server is going to be right over here. You can see the test ones over here. We're going to go to add. And you can name this whatever you want to. It doesn't have to be the same as what it says on your TrueNAS SCALE. So we're going to go ahead and call this Ghost World Bedrock 2, since this is the second server I made. And this is where that IP address comes in handy. Again, this will be one higher number than the server you have. So mine is 192.168.1.26, and the port number is going to be different. Yours might be that default 19132. Mine I did change to 200. And now we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Again, this is going to be one higher larger than your TrueNAS itself, so 26. We're going to go ahead and add. And you can already see it's working. It's generating the server location. And look how fast that generated, guys. The R720XD is still pretty much a powerhouse. We're only using 4 cores. Again, this is not the hardest game to render or run, but you can see the difference. We don't have any mods on here, so this is the basic skin pack or behavior pack, resource pack. So it does look like a normal Bedrock version, but running off of 5070 it looks pretty good. I mean, it still works pretty well. So, and that's all it takes to make your first server. This one is probably the easiest application on TrueNAS Scale to build a server, especially if you just want to use it for yourself and a couple of friends. Again, we are going to build this one up so we can have pretty much a YouTube server for my ghosties to get on here and build stuff and play around with. If you found this video useful, guys, please hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'll try to help you out as soon as I can. Again, this is a first video of 4. The second video, we're going to pretty much show you how to mod your server. A lot of people like to get into modding. And then the third video, I'm going to show you how to make it public, your server. And then on the fourth one, we're going to have some fun with it. I'm going to open this server up for y'all guys to join me, and y'all can kind of play around in this world and create whatever y'all want to, or destroy it. It's up to you. And I'll keep that going for about 3 months, and then I'll turn it off. But overall, guys, hopefully y'all liked this video, because I know I did. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll help you out with those. As always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video. Ghost57 out. Bye-bye for now, friends. See y'all soon.